everybody. Welcome to July and Silver Linings Talk Show. Here we are. Yay. And it's summer and it's beautiful out and the weather's gorgeous.
Yes.
How many of you are going to a summer wedding?
I wish.
How many of you are going to a summer reunion? Maybe some type of party that was put off? No parties?
I hope so.
Hope so. Okay, we'll hope we get invited. So I have some information and some things to share with you about what to wear, because isn't that like always one of the things is you get invited, you're all excited, and then you're like, what am I wearing?
Right.
Oh,
And-
I'd love to see what you have.
Okay.
Yes. I want
and
to
maybe
see
it's hot, maybe it's cool. It's all, and maybe it's grass. So actually I wore one of my favorite little outfits that I like for summertime events, especially in the grass. So I have my cowgirl boots on and my red dress. I have this little red sweater. It's a sleeveless little dress. And so what I like about it is that I'm able to dance if I want to. I can walk in the grass, right?
Yeah.
So you have to think about the whole outfit. It might be hot, so your accessories need to be like light and fresh. For example, I have on mother of pearl. It's just so pretty this time of year, and I've got the matching mother of pearl ring on and mother of pearl earrings. Fresh, light. You want the right accessories, right?
Oh, yeah.
So let me show you some dresses. One of my favorites this time of year is just something chiffon-y. So you can do chiffon, you could do it with a cowgirl boot, and it's fun and it's fresh. I just wore this actually to a graduation party that I saw you at.
That's right, I was there. I did go to a party.
You can always go like traditional, which is like your black cocktail dress. That's appropriate for parties, and it's my
Daytime
go-to.
too?
Yeah, you could do daytime.
Okay.
Oh, this is like sleeveless. It all depends on how you accessorize the shoes. So for example, for the evening, I would do something like the silver shoe, of course, or gold. There could be silver linings or gold linings too, right? Or in the daytime, what you can do is just change it up. You can even, these days, people are doing really fun stuff. You could do a black cocktail dress, and you could do like a fun flip-flop, something with sparkle on it like this, something really cute, or a
these
silver,
sandals.
or those silver sandals. Yep.
I love this.
I had
See?
no idea.
Silver sandals, and just make it like cute and fun. And then you can always do, if it's cold, do a wrap. It could be fun, it could be pink, it could be red, it could be white. So I gotta go fast here. Let's do, if it's hot outside, a tank top, something a little sparkly. Again, the whole idea is something fun with it, just like a little sparkly shoe in the grass. It's got a wedge on it, right? And don't forget, actually what fell there, those sunglasses. If you pick those up, what you want to make sure that you always do is not wear your sporty sunglasses if you have something special. You want your accessories, you want your sunglasses to be fashion sunglasses, right? Not sporty looking ones. You want everything to match. Then I love long cocktail dresses because you can wear flip-flops with them. They look beachy, but you can also dress them up. Some of my other favorite ones are these. Look at this really pretty gold one. Just like a slip dress. It really looks like a slip, but you can dress this up. Again, the accessories.
All about the accessory. So really, you've really shown us some amazing ways to dress things up with accessories.
You could take a cocktail skirt and put just a little, strappy tank top with it. Put a wrap with it. Put a little sweater with it. Put a jean jacket with it if it's like, more of a dress down picnic-y kind of event. Some people don't like they want to wear pants. You could do, like a pant that has like a big flowy leg with a slit in it, if you can see that little slit. And then just do, really cute little sheer tops on top if you don't like your arms. And
Wow,
my
so
last
many
thing
options.
that I want to make sure I tell everybody is the handbags. The other go-to I have is just, if you don't already have a handbag in your closet that's just a neutral that matches your other neutral kind of shoes, make sure that you, when you're shopping, make a list. Oh, I got to say one more thing. Also, make sure you take a picture of yourself if you're going to be photographed a lot, because sometimes the outfit does not photograph well. So just make sure that you have somebody take a picture of you. Make sure you love it.
Awesome.
Great tips, Diane. Thank
Yay.
you so
Love that.
much. I'm going to write these down.
Yes.
Take note. Awesome.
Diane, that was so awesome, like showing us these beautiful examples of dresses and how to pair things that maybe we have in our closet, but we just need to maybe buy a little something extra to, kick it up a notch. And definitely the shoes are super important. So thank you for sharing all that.
My pleasure.
And I think now that we have ideas on how to get outside ready for our upcoming events, I wanted to talk about getting mindfully ready for our upcoming events. And certainly this brings on, different feelings and different emotions. And I wanted to focus on 3 tips that I think are important for when things are opening up and we are reconnecting and going places. So one thing is sometimes we feel a little anxious about this, right?
Oh, yeah.
Don't we always feel a little anxious about it?
I think especially now,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And I
Especially
think
now.
that, sometimes we've already felt anxious with other gatherings even before COVID. And then for some people, now that things are opening up, they're even feeling a little more anxious about it. So let's kind of focus on these 3 tips. And I want to talk about these and just kind of get your thoughts on them too. My first tip for really helping to mindfully prepare is go with the intention of having fun.
Of course.
And think about what ways you can bring fun into the event or the day.
Now you're talking about what types of events?
Well, I'm talking about, like, for instance, they could be family events. That could be weddings, they could be barbecues, they could be get-togethers. So of course, one thing to do is think about what activities could I be doing that are going to be bringing fun to the event. So I'm going with the intention of fun because there's a DJ, so I know I'm going to be dancing. Or it's a barbecue and I love horseshoes. So I know I'm going with the intention of playing horseshoes or cornhole, and also think of, like, who do I want to spend a lot of my time with that will help make it fun.
Yes. That's looking forward to seeing certain people.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
And I
love
think that, so going with the intention of having fun, and what ways I can implement that depending on the activity.
Okay.
Second tip that I have to kind of think about is create boundaries and talk about these boundaries even before you go to an event.
I think that's
How
that.
so?
That reminds me, because now when you're getting in the car with your family and you have a kid go, but I don't want to go because it's always boring, right? Right. So that's
Right.
kind of what you mean about, like, how do you get past that?
What would you do?
Yeah. So one boundary, just to kind of go off what Lynn was saying, could be the boundary of, say, if the 2 adults, one really loves to stay extra long, and the other one, is tapped out after 4 hours.
I'm the one extra long.
I could be extra long too. And
My
then,
husband's extra short.
so do you ever take separate cars?
Yes.
So that right there is having that discussion and setting that boundary.
Got it.
That we're going to take separate cars.
Perfect.
Maybe even the boundary of we can only take 1 car, so let's come up with a time frame. Let's compromise on we're going to do 5 hours, and then we'll pack up and go. That's setting a boundary. Another boundary could also be is just supporting each other whatever we may need during the time. So for instance, if someone feels like they need a little support because maybe they're feeling uncomfortable, well, that boundary is to know that I'm going to, kind of help guide along or be there in those conversations or interactions.
And not leave them with Uncle Joe.
And not leave them feeling uncomfortable
if that's the uncomfortable zone.
Yeah. And I think the third one is go with a purpose. So sometimes that purpose could be I'm feeling anxious, so just even going is allowing me to step out of my comfort zone. So that is purposeful in that moment. A second way is also looking at how can I create comfort. you know, again, for myself, for a significant other, for a family member. So even thinking about who might I choose to visit with first. Because maybe if I don't visit with Uncle Joe, I feel bad. So maybe I'm going to touch base with Uncle Joe at the beginning, because I know my other intentions are having fun and setting boundaries, and that's a boundary that I want to set, is maybe Uncle Joe gets a little bit too much later on in the day, but I can handle him when we get there, right?
Yeah. There's always that, yeah.
And then there's always that last piece of accepting a person with just where they are, as far as their ability to be in that conversation, and knowing it, and just trying your best to support each other through those moments.
Yeah.
So I feel like those are 3 really important tips when we're going to family gatherings, when we're going to events, that there are times that and things that make it a little bit challenging.
When I feel stressed at going into a place, my first thing is to just go ask questions. If I don't know what to say, just ask questions.
Yeah.
How long was your drive here? What's the weather like where you live? I mean, whatever, just to get the conversation going. And the more questions you can ask, the more you just keep putting it on them, and they can carry the conversation.
Well, I love that too, because also you're going in with an intention of also kind of steering a conversation, maybe with a particular person, that you don't want the conversation to go in another direction, because maybe that creates uncomfortableness. And you're trying to just kind of make it that it, you know, works for everyone, is successful. So I wish you guys all a wonderful time with your events, and just think about, plan on having fun, setting boundaries, and going with intention.
I loved talking about getting back out there. That was really cool. And when I think about getting back out there, I think about going to picnics. I think about, okay, what do we bring to picnics? It's like cookout month, it's the month to do that. And what better person to bring to our show than Hannah McKittrick? She's this amazing chef that I met.
I'm super excited.
Okay, so she's in Boston, so we get to Zoom her in here today.
Right from her own kitchen.
I'm so excited to introduce her. Hi, Hannah.
Hi,
Hannah.
Hello.
I love talking about you as a born foodie who attended culinary school in southern Italy post-economic degree. Like, what brought you to southern Italy? Where did that passion come
logical
from?
next step, right after studying economics. Like, I had to fly to Italy to recover.
So it was a recovery. I get it.
Yeah.
What are you cooking for us today?
Okay, Lynn, so I'm super excited because today I'm doing something that can be a weeknight meal, and it's also something that you can bring to a cookout, and it's also something that a lot of the ingredients are in your pantry already, so that's what I love. So I actually have a skillet on high, and I'll tell you what I'm making. I'm doing a seared salmon, so this would be for the weeknight, less for the cookout. A seared salmon in a peanut sauce with a chopped kale salad with avocado, also tossed in that same peanut sauce. So I know, right? And it's like, and it's fun because at a cookout, there's salads and stuff, but like a peanut sauce, that's fun and interesting, and might even get some of the dads I was gonna say Father's Day weekend to want the salad. And so this dish is so quick, which is one of the reasons why I love it. And the cook time is like 13 minutes, which I'm gonna start right now. So set your timer. And we're gonna start that with the salmon. So I'm just putting it in a skillet here because I'm inside, but you can also do this outside on the grill if you want.
I love that flexibility because I think a lot of people love to grill out in the summer.
Yes.
But the fact that you can do, it's like 2 meals in one kind of thing. You can bring the salad, you have the salmon option, and what's really cool, what Hannah's doing too, is I love the fact that you're bringing a healthy option. because
Oh, totally.
you know what's interesting about what you've also done is even at your young age you've learned how to manage healing your own digestive issues, and I love that part of your story. That's a really cool part of your story, and you're maintaining this integrity about your foodie profile, right? So
Totally. I call it like healing, no, I call it healthy gourmet food. So it's healthy, but it tastes really good because, of course, I have to maintain my culinary school integrity. So I have the salmon in the pan. It's on high. And I thought we'd make a quick sauce. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
I think
Okay, great. So this is the peanut sauce that I was talking about. So just have a bowl, and to this I'm adding basically equal parts of maple syrup to sweeten it up a little bit, and soy sauce, which kind of adds a nice like Asian flavor. So you add in the soy sauce, and then I'm using vinegar for the nice tang, because every dressing needs a little acid to kind of cut the fat. So nothing too complicated. Again, I'm just using the same measurement to keep it easy. And then our star ingredient is peanut butter. Just doing a big spoonful of that right into the bowl.
I have a quick question for you on that peanut butter scoop. So
What'd you say?
I have a quick question on that peanut butter scoop. Can you substitute something for the peanut butter?
Yes, you can. And you know what? You can substitute is actually something that I have right here that I'm also going to add. This is tahini paste. So it's nice for people who have maybe a nut allergy. It's basically the peanut butter of sesame seeds. So it has the same exact texture and a little bit different flavor, but it's really unique. And the maple syrup goes really well with this because it can be a little bitter sometimes. And then a dash of hot sauce, and that's it. Super easy sauce.
I think that sounds amazingly delicious, and I can't imagine that wouldn't be tasty at a barbecue. And I love the fact that you are on this mission. So let's talk a little bit about that while you're mixing your dressing there. You talk about a mission to inspire people on both a physical and a spiritual level in the kitchen. And we'll share a little bit about that with us.
Yeah, so healthy nourishment, honestly, I believe is a truth for us all. So by eating well, you're aligning more with yourself, right? Like you feel better, you have more energy, and it makes you happier. It's a ripple effect throughout your life. So my mission is to make that a little bit more accessible, easy, and fun for people so that they have easier access to their most aligned self, which is healthy nourishment in the kitchen. So how I'm making it fun today, I'm making it 13 minutes, right? Like that's fun. You can make a meal really quickly on a weeknight. It's gonna taste really good. I hope you guys make this recipe after this show, since you can't actually taste it. And it's all whole ingredients, lots of veggies, lots of kale, but we're making it taste good. So that's kind of a little snippet of my mission, so that you can feel your best, but enjoy the journey of getting there.
What do you guys think? I mean, does this sound like something you guys would make? I mean,
Yes, absolutely.
what is the response
I also have a question too. Is there anything that you could substitute the soy sauce? Because there's actually a soy allergy in my household.
Sauce. I'm trying to think.
Liquid
I would
amino.
probably just omit it.
Just
you know,
Liquid
I can't think of something offhand. I know there's liquid aminos, but I'm not sure if that has soy in it.
It doesn't.
I'd have to check the label.
Okay.
But that's what came to mind. My first thought.
Okay.
And you know what I would like to ask is,
Yeah.
I love the fact that what we can ask is, what is your response when your family asks, what's for dinner? What do you do?
Sometimes I feel like overwhelmed because maybe I've already had a busy work day, and maybe also I'm not prepared. So being able to, think ahead a little bit to know that, I'll get some salmon, or I'll even, for instance, I have salmon frozen in my freezer. So to know that I can just take it out and let it thaw in some cold water during the day, and put it in the fridge, and know that in 15 minutes I can have this fabulous meal. To me, that's pretty exciting as someone who is maybe cooking after a busy day.
That's actually exactly what I did. To be honest, the reason I'm making this dish is because I actually didn't have time to go to the store this week. I've had a crazy week.
Yeah.
And I texted someone from my house last night because I was working late, and I was like, do we have salmon in the freezer? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, perfect, take it out. I'll do that tomorrow. I've had this bag of kale in my fridge for like a week. I've used half of it, and it's still fresh. Kale lasts, it's a little bit more durable than other lettuces, so it lasts for a while. And an avocado, which lasts in your fridge for a while. So it's so easy, and it's stuff that you just have on hand. And I'm sure we all have a jar of peanut butter in our pantry. And if you don't, go buy it because it's good.
So are you going to show us the kale salad now?
I am.
Awesome.
So thank you for giving me a little segue. I'm just like making room on my little board. So just to update you, our salmon is searing. I did flip it. I'll show you a little. I cooked it skin side down first.
Oh,
And so
nice.
Okay.
Yum.
It's like, I wonder why my laptop has grease all over it. This is why. Okay, so we're making the kale salad. It's literally so easy. There's like 2 ingredients, kale and avocado. And it's fun because we all know kale and avocado is healthy for us, right? But it's like, how can we elevate that flavor to make our bodies actually and minds actually crave it? And the answer is peanut sauce. So
I'm like a huge peanut butter fan, so this is like right up my alley.
I would love this too. I've always wanted to know how to make this kind of dressing.
I'm kind of all about the tahini substitution because I'm a tahini fan. So I love that we shared. I love that we shared that. So that's really a great. I love that you can offer substitutions too, in the fact that they're so simple.
Right.
What's for dinner in my house would always trigger, people wanting substitutions because I'm not sure if I like this, I'm not sure if I like that, but the fact that you could probably substitute chicken for the salmon or a different kind of fish, I mean, there are options.
Like tofu or tempeh, you could totally, I actually got inspired with this. I was with my cousin last week who's vegan, and she's the one that gave me this inspiration. She did a little seared tofu and this peanut sauce, and I was like, oh, I could actually be vegan off of this. But I had salmon, so we're making salmon. So I just gave it a nice toss. And again, talking about cookouts and what to bring, this is perfect because the kale holds up to the dressing. So it lasts. And Lynn, I think, did you have a wine pairing for this too?
I did. I think pairing something with wine can be so amazing, especially it just elevates the meal, right? So I brought today in this little basket a Muscat Blanc. Now, a lot of people haven't heard of a Muscat Blanc because it's a little bit different. It's not mainstream so much. A Muscat Blanc, this one's from California. It's a little bit similar to a Sauvignon Blanc, but has a little bit more minerality to it. It's going to be fruit forward, but it's going to have that bite to it. And it's going to balance out that salmon and that peanut sauce. Really delicious. This is my favorite. If anybody wants to know what it is, just reach out to me. It's a need to know. It's a need to know. But I'll have to send you a bottle, Hannah.
Nice.
It'll go nicely with your recipe.
I think you will. So I also just flipped my salmon back to the flesh side and just did a little dollop of the peanut sauce. that it'll just form through. And like, isn't that easy? Like we have the same sauce on the salmon as the salad, like path of least resistance, you know, like getting our meal.
Multiple uses is brilliant, because who wants to have to make 2 different sauces, because then you're just delving into more and more.
Right.
Yes.
Totally. And I tell people sometimes, like, I'm kind of a lazy chef. Like, yeah, I like to cook, but like I like it to be easy. So I'm just plating up a little plate here just to give you guys the full effect.
Awesome.
I'll get a quick piece of salmon. Ooh,
How do you know when the salmon's done? I seem to either overcook it or undercook it.
Good question.
You know, it's a guessing game half the time for me too.
Okay.
But typically it's about 12 minutes, like for a piece like this.
Okay.
So sometimes, to be honest, I still cut into it to check to see if it's opaque all the way through. Some people like it medium rare, in which case it would be a little bit more flesh pink inside. But I like to wait. I like to cook it. I like to cook it through. So it kind of depends on your preference, and it's okay if it is a little bit raw inside. But again, I like to cook it through. So short answer, 12 minutes.
Okay, thanks.
That looks
Thank you.
so delicious,
It
Hannah.
does.
Can you tell us? I think we're going to put your information in the bio, but so people can, contact you if they're interested
How
in
can
learning
someone
more.
reach out to you?
Yeah.
What did you say?
How can someone reach out to you?
Oh, yeah. So my website is myintuitivehealth.com. Because I like to make health intuitive for you. So you can send me a message there. My email address is on there too. And my Instagram is hannah.mckittrick. So all the ways.
Well, thank you so much for zooming in and being on our show today and showing us like an amazing meal. You made that in a flash, and it looks fabulous.
And I'm ready for lunch.
I am
It's
too.
too bad you're not
I
here.
wish you were here. You get to have it though.
Thanks so much, Hannah.
Yes.
We look
Enjoy,
forward to
and-
connecting.
And we have to make that meal. That was amazing.
Yeah, it was.
It looked delicious.
It did, and we're looking forward to spending lots of time outdoors during these holidays. So enjoy your July. Happy 4th and all good stuff to our viewers. And
Remember, always better to overdress than underdress. That's my motto of the summer.
Awesome.
and remember the silver linings.
Of course. And silver shoes.